One.
Good afternoon. Today is January 13th. It is about 6:22 p.m. This is the Recreation and Parks Committee. I'm sitting in for Councilman Jeff Schilling, who is the chairman of this committee. My name is Bob Phillips, and to my left is Councilman John Terwilliger. We're here this evening to hear a staff recommendation. And Mr. Titterington, are you going to brief us on this?
So we've, for many years, had a fireworks show. Our current vendor has, by all accounts and reviews, done a wonderful job. Recently, we have had some interest from other vendors who would like to possibly bid on the show. And so, since we are at an estimated number of $36,000 per year, and we've had some options submitted to us that would be multiple years, that would take us over the $50,000 threshold. And so we are recommending that council authorize us to bid for an annual, up to 3 years, annual not to exceed $36,000, which is the budgeted amount. I will note in past years, we have received a Troy Foundation grant as well as an offset amount from Concord Township. I don't believe we've confirmed that for this year, but we're hopeful that partnership will continue. We are not recommending emergency legislation.
Got it. And at this point, I know that there was one additional agency other than our current contract agency. Have you heard from anybody else? But this will go to an open bid, be advertised, and all of that sort of stuff.
It's just the two right now, but we know there are others that are out there, and so we would throw it open to anybody, of course.
Got it. Thank you. Mr. Terwilliger, any questions?
Those groups that have provided additional money, the Troy Foundation and the other, is that in addition to the 36, or is that a subtraction?
That offsets the 36 is the total amount.
And last year there was a minimal move in location. Is that correct? How'd that work out?
Not as well as we had hoped, so we may be moving it a little bit, but it's still in the same general area.
Okay.
Any other questions from any other council folks in the audience? Mr. Lutz. Sorry, I didn't see your hand. Mr. Lutz.
I'm just curious if those other entities that are providing money, will they be invited into the process to adjudicate the bids?
No, it's really lowest and best bid, so it'll be sealed, opened up, and unless there are any glaring issues with the low bid, then they would be considered best and lowest.
Okay. Because it would be really cool to look at fireworks bids. I could see some cool videos coming out of that.
Okay.
Sure. For those viewing at home, that was Councilman Bill Lutz.
That was
our President of Council, Bill Lutz. Mr. Schweizer, you had a question?
Yeah. Is this the same as last year? Seems like this is up from last year, as far as the price.
No.
Has it stayed consistent?
Oh, all right. A little bit to allow for some inflation, I guess, but not much.
Okay, that's it. Thank you.
But it is budgeted, so.
Anyone else in the audience have any questions? Staff have any questions? Hearing none, what is your pleasure with this?
Move forward.
Okay. It is unanimous with the committee as we sit here that we move forward as requested by staff or recommended by staff. Any other items to come before the Recreation and Parks Committee?
No, sir.